Hey, what's up guys? This is Cody the Coin Raptor, and I want to go ahead and bring you another chart TA video, starting with our Bitcoin charts. All right, so Bitcoin has had an interesting day today, and we can see here is we've had a mostly sideways action in the past couple of days. The most important support to pay attention to right now is this support right here at 16,886. Now, Bitcoin actually went and touched this level. Let me zoom in here a little bit. Bitcoin went in and touched this level today. It bounced off of it fairly strongly, as you can see here. It came down, it wicked, it touched it very, very briefly, and then it popped back up again. Now, one thing I was talking about last night and yesterday when I posted on Twitter was this huge rise right here. You can see that you have RSI above 78 and just massive amount of buying going here. Now, I thought that this was kind of egregious. I didn't think this was going to last, and so we've seen that it's come down significantly. And then when the market actually opened this today, we can see here that we had quite a bit of a drop, but Bitcoin was fairly resilient today. So if we go ahead and back out, take a look at the daily, we can see here that today it's lagged by a day. Today it was down 0.85%, which isn't really that much when you consider the fact that the NASDAQ alone was down almost double that. So I think what it comes down to is that Bitcoin follows the NASDAQ pretty closely. I made a video on this, definitely check it out if you're interested, but Bitcoin does tend to follow the NASDAQ. So when the NASDAQ has a big dump day like it did today, and Bitcoin is up and in defiance of that, I always find that kind of suspicious, and I feel like there's always going to be a reversion back to the mean. So basically, it's going to come back down again to match the NASDAQ. And so, again, the NASDAQ went down 2%. Bitcoin only went down not even a full percent. So I do think that there's probably some more room for downside for Bitcoin. Now, if you'll notice, it's very close to this previous down line that I put in. Now, this was, if you zoom out and take a look at the weekly, this was the long-term downtrend line. So we're definitely going to be watching that and see if it can actually come by and break through this line, because several times when it's tried to break through this resistance line, it has failed, like back in November, like this, and subsequently it has plunged after its failed breakout. Okay, so I also want to go ahead and talk to you about the NVT Golden Cross. The NVT Golden Cross is another really important metric that I take a look at, and I've done another video on this. Definitely recommend to check that out. But the long and short of it is that when the NVT Golden Cross comes down here into the green zone and it bottoms here down in the green zone, that means that there's a local bottom. And then when it goes up and it tops here into the red zone, that means that there is a local top. And so the NVT Golden Cross right now is showing us that it's heading up into the red zone. It's showing that it's overbought currently, and what we're looking for here is another topping pattern kind of like this, where it comes up, it stops, and then it reverses and goes back down. That will signify that there is a local top. Now, this indicator isn't 100% accurate, but it is accurate a majority of the time. So I'm waiting to see where this comes back down again, and when it does, I'll be sure to let you guys know. And so that would again signify that we're at a local top. Now, as for some of the fundamentals of Bitcoin, I first want to talk about the funding rate. And as you guys know, the funding rate is going to be showing you whether longs or shorts are dominant. And right now, during most of the day, shorts were dominant. They got kind of blown up here a little bit, and then shorts really took over. Shorts increased their position massively up here, and so they brought the price all the way back down again. Now, you can see as the price recovered, a lot of those shorts covered and brought the price back up. So what it looks like to me is that it's going to switch control from short dominant to long dominant following this huge series of, I don't know what you call them, up and down, sideways action that the longs and the shorts have been fighting for control this entire time. So I think that we're going to wind up seeing the longs take control of Bitcoin before too long, and if the price keeps falling, that could create another bull trap. Next, we're going to take a look at miners revenue. Now, miners revenue is something I've talked about a lot because it is very important, because if these miners cannot afford to pay the bills, then they will be selling and they will be adding additional selling pressure to the Bitcoin price. And one thing we've seen here is that it's actually ticked up a little bit here from the bottom, and the reason for that has largely been the increase in the Bitcoin price as well. The Bitcoin price went from, again, probably just slightly under 16,000 to back to slightly higher than that, 17,000 or so. And so there's a slight uptick in the price down here, which results in a slight uptick in miners revenue. And so we take a look at the hash rate, okay, the total hash rate, and this is basically a good measurement for how many miners are online. We can see here that we had a huge fall in the miner price, or in the miners, in the number of miners that are online, based on the hash rate. And then we can see here that we had another big pop upwards, and this big pop upwards is largely due to, again, the price of Bitcoin going back up again. So we're starting to see a little bit of a recovery. A lot of these miners are were taken out of service, and then more efficient miners are brought back online. And as the price increases, you see more and more miners brought back online. Okay, so that's something we tend to see. As the price increases, the number of miners tend to increase as well. Okay, now let's go ahead and talk about Ethereum. So with Ethereum, let me zoom in here a little bit. Ethereum is also at this downwards channel. It's very close to where we expect to be for this downwards channel. I know it's kind of messy, but we're really close here. But simultaneously, it's still moving sideways here, but it's going to come into contact with this downwards channel, with this downwards slope here very soon. I think probably within the next couple of days, we'll see either a breakout or a breakdown, and then we'll have a long-term trend change, or it will continue the long-term trend of the downwards channel, okay? Next, we're going to take a look at BNB, so our Binance Coin. So Binance Coin is still mostly sideways. It's been sitting again at this support level here at 287. It really likes this support level. There's a lot of very strong support. There's a lot of buying pressure at this level here, and so buyers are coming in and they're buying at this point. But it does seem like those buyers are getting exhausted. One thing you'll notice is that the volume right now is decreasing, okay, and then the actual price itself is decreasing as well. So this kind of tells me that, again, it's probably going to pull under this support line, and then it's probably going to come back down here to the support line at 262. All right, so that's all I've got for you guys. If you like this content, let me know. Like, subscribe, and go ahead and follow me on Twitter for the most up-to-date information. I am still being very patient with my Bitcoin position and my Ethereum position, because I feel like we still have more room to fall for both Bitcoin and Ethereum. And as I said before, Bitcoin and Ethereum are both coming very close to this downwards trend line, and will probably be there within the next couple of days. And when that happens, I'll be sure to let you guys know if something changes. I am watching these charts like a hawk. And there's some very important correlations that I just went over with you that will have a huge impact on the price in the near term. Okay, so that's all I've got for you guys today. This is Cody the Coin Raptor, and I hope to catch you in the next video.